F40 here with another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about how I believe ships are a free to play friendly part of the game, and over normal squad arena is definitely the more free to play friendly of the two arenas. This what you're seeing here are my current ships. You don't need to pay too much attention to those, and I'm sorry if this video goes on a little rambly. But one of the things about ships that I think makes it more free to play friendly is how a lot of these good characters don't necessarily even have Zetas on them. Biggs, all three of the Geonosians, TIE Fighter, Rex, uh, don't have Zetas. Guys who don't have Zeta, TIE Advance, Slave 1, uh, those are Zetas you may want to use. Shore Trooper, another character who doesn't have Zetas. If they do have Zetas, you don't necessarily have to have them. It just helps. Um, First Order TIE Fighter, he has one Zeta. If they do have a Zeta, it's generally only one. Biston Jewing, I don't think either of those guys have Zetas. So that's one major point I want to get off here is that there aren't generally Zetas on these characters. And if there are, they're either good characters to have Zetas on, like Grand Admiral Thrawn, or there's only one of them. So if you really care about ships, it's one and done, and you move on. Um, and also, if you're wanting to Zeta the character specifically for ships, it's generally not as bad, I think, because you're getting speed out of it, and that's really the only reason you're doing it. So you don't necessarily need to do it if you notice you're generally faster than the other side already. So that's going to get into one of my other points about ships, is mods don't matter as much. And yes, one of the points I always point out is you want 5 dot level 15 mods, or if you can, 6 dot mods. However, the difference here is you're not modding the characters for specific stats. You're just throwing away mods on them, and that's really all you're doing. You're not trying to increase the speed as fast as you're getting. You're just giving a general overall stats boost. So whereas in squad arena you can have a difficult time because someone else has better mods than you, in ships arena, who has the better mods does not matter as much. Having mods on your characters do matter, but having the better ones does not matter. And I think this is important because free to play people can have a really difficult time because they're not able to get as good of mods easily. Fortunately, nowadays it's a little easier to get better mods in the game. However, at the same time, you're not having to worry about that as much because if my TIE Advanced is maxed out and has everything maxed out on it, and the other guy has their TIE Advance maxed out, we're going to have the exact same speed on our ships. This is essentially what the arena was like in Squad Arena before mods was introduced. So I see that as a big benefit for the average player because that means you don't have to worry about mods. Now, one of the other benefits I see from Ships Arena is that you can get you still can get crystals. However, that is still an advantage that Squad Arena has. In Squad Arena, you get basically crystals no matter what, as long as you're trying in the game, even if it's really minimal. Meanwhile, in Ships Arena, you have to be in the top 50 to get it. But if you're in that top 50, you're getting at least 25 crystals a day, to a max of 400 if you place first. And because of that, it helps your day out tremendously. And for a free to play player, it gives you another source of crystal revenue that you're not having to worry about or fight as much because you're on a more even floor with the other sides. The other thing with ships is that they don't add as many new ships into the game. And when they do, they're generally not groundbreaking. They may be difficult to handle, like the Houndstooth or they may start forming new teams like all the new bounty hunter ships that have come out, or the new Sith bomber that came out the other day. But ultimately, they're not groundbreaking, and you're still going to be able to find strategies with your current ships to take them out. And I find this really beneficial because you can stay and hang in there once you're at the top of the arena as long as you update your team a little bit occasionally to try to get them those better stats. So that makes ships more free to play friendly. Another thing that I think makes ships free to play friendly is you can do faction focuses and get good teams out. You can do an Empire faction focus and get Darth Vader, Death Trooper, Shore Trooper up, and TIE Pilot. And you have a decent team maybe for something like territory battles while also getting ships up that will help you out in ships, arena, and other areas of the game. Another example, geos. You can focus on geos, though those characters may not be as good in other parts of the game. You're still getting a better ship focus. Phoenix. There's two Phoenix ships. They're both wonderful ships. You're getting both a good team out of those and two good ships by focusing down getting those characters. Rogue One, same thing. First Order, same thing. There's great First Order ships. Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle, TIE Silencer, First Order TIE Pilot. Bounty Hunter, same thing. Houndstooth, Cad Bane, IG-88, Boba Fett. You focus down, get those ships. On top of that, you're focusing getting those characters that will then also allow you to unlock Chewbacca. You're getting good benefits out of these, and you're getting good teams that will be able to use elsewhere. Sure, Sunfac may not be a great character, but sometimes you need to be able to stick that tank into your territory battle to have someone soak up damage, even though he's not the best character out there. So, overall, I see ships as a lot more free to play viable. You don't necessarily need to buy the Houndstooth. You can just wait because there's so many other ships that are viable that you can wait until you can actually farm it up as a free to play player. On top of that, there's no like exclusive capital ship at this moment in the game. I mean, you have Chimera as the most exclusive of them all, but it's relatively easy to get because you are going to be farming up the 6 Phoenix characters anyhow in order to get Thrawn. You're going Biggs is one of the best ships in the game, so you're going to farm him. And then Cassian Jewing and Bisson Jewing are both good ships, and I mean it helps to have Wedge as an attacker, so you're really not losing out by farming any of those ships in order to get Thrawn, which is the best capital ship in the game in my opinion. Um, Thrawn, relatively easy character to get. So ships overall to me is the more free to play. Now, the only real benefit of Squad Arena is that it gives more crystals on a daily basis, and you get it much farther out from first place. But if you were to focus down, I think ships ultimately becomes the better free to play experience because the meta is not going to change as much, and when it does shift, generally previous metas they may have a bit of a hard time counteracting, but they may still be able to defeat it. I can still occasionally defeat Geo teams with the old Empire team setup. And then on top of that, since it's not shifting as much, it gives you more time to develop other ships that can add to or take away from your potential fleets. So if anyone has any questions or disagrees with me on this analysis of why ships is a more free to play area, just let me know. But I mean, ships are useful in territory wars, territory battles as well. Um, Not as much again, but ultimately you're getting two things for one. Often, when you're two or more things with one, you're killing multiple birds with a stone. The idea with ships is to take the easiest possible traveled path. You don't necessarily need to go out and get a Gauntlet Starfighter because there's other good ships out there to go and get that like Phantom 2 that kills those two birds with one stone. So, um, if anyone has any thoughts or questions, again, that they want to give me, let me know. But I think ultimately Ships becomes the more free to play of the two arenas. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.